Dear friends, biblical writings are proverbially difficult to date, especially Hebrew Bible. They contain some very old myths and legends, transmitted orally for generations and then reworked and substantially edited by generations of authors and scribes. So it is very difficult, almost impossible, to date anything in the Hebrew Bible. But then there is a psalm, Psalm 110, where there can be hardly any doubt when that was written, because it itself gives us the date of its composition. And the date is spelled out in the acrostic, a message hidden in plain sight. Because acrostic is a form of alliteration. Each line or each verse or each paragraph opens with a letter or word, but mostly letter in this case, which together give some message. In Psalm 110, first letters of each verse read in Hebrew, Simon the Awesome. It was Simon Tassi, Simon Maccabee, early and important ruler from Hasmonean dynasty, who ruled from 142 through 135 before Common Era. And this identification with this particular ruler is further confirmed by the content of the psalm. This psalm mentions an obscure, legendary, almost mythical figure, Melchizedek. And there is a reason why this person is suddenly here appearing in the psalm. Because this Simon, ruler from Maccabee dynasty, had a problem. He was from the priestly family, was of Aaronic lineage, but did not have any royal legitimacy, no connection to Davidic dynasty. And Melchizedek is mentioned in Genesis as a king, but Abraham gives him an offering. So he is a king and priest at the same time. And Melchizedek was lifted up from obscurity by Simon's propagandists to provide legitimacy for this conflation of royal and priestly functions. This psalm is also particularly fierce and bellicose, well suited for a bellicose and chauvinistic Maccabean ruler with legitimacy problems. Therefore, Psalm 110 might be ascribed in its first line to David, but was written centuries later in Hellenistic times as propaganda tool for the Maccabean priestly dynasty attempting to legitimize their political rule. Psalm 110 might be just a tip of the iceberg. Many scholars suspect that substantial parts of the Hebrew Bible were actually written quite late in Hellenistic times and with similar religious and political agendas. And that is something you might not know about the Bible. This Sunday, we continue asking who is our neighbor, talking about Good Samaritan story. And as you know, there is a priest going by in that story, in that parable. And when we talk about priests and Levites, that is not just talking about what we would these days consider to be religious figure, like a priest, Roman Catholic priest say. But there is also a power dynamics behind it. So come and join us in worship. We will see how this parable of Good Samaritan, with this understanding of functions and roles of priests, can inform our life today.